And then finally, what they'd been milking since the start and what anybody who watched this program would have been dying to see by now. Here came John Cena, because he finally got there. The plane was late, but it arrived. And he does the music entrance. They've got 10 minutes left on the air. The babies are being thrown into the sky, the Cena chants. And he cut the promo and explained it perfectly and succinctly. He wants the match. He wants a match. He wants to fight. He's got a contract with the Bloodline that he asked for, but he's got no partner. So he can rip it up and act like it never happened, or he can go it alone. And then he asked the fans, what do you think a guy would never give up on his T-shirt is going to say? And he gets a big pop. And he's going to honor the contract by himself if he can't find a partner. And this only took like a minute and a half or so for him to do. And he did it perfectly. He laid out the fucking deal. And then here comes Solo and Uso and Paul. And Uso's laughing at him. And they all start to get in the ring. And then Cena gets proactive and he nails Uso off the apron. And then he dares Solo to get in and he picks him up for the attitude adjustment, formerly the FU. But by that time, Uso is back up, hits super kick, and they get heat on Cena. And they clear off the announce desk, and Solo was going up as Jimmy was going up, and then say, wait a minute, Solo, you go up. And Solo's going to splash off the top rope onto the desk, onto fucking Cena. And now the LA Knight music hits, and here comes LA Knight running to the ring.
Monster pop, bigger than Cena's.
Huge pop, because they knew Cena was supposed to come out, but now they got the pop of LA Knight, and it's a surprise too, and it's at the right moment. And he hits the ring and makes a big comeback. The LA elbow, the heels powder. LA Knight picks up the contract and signs it. Cena gets shocked face. Oh my God, to sell it like this is big. The heels were mad. The fans were happy. Now that was 10 minutes of fucking wrestling television. We just had to wait an hour and 50 minutes to see it.
Well, that's SmackDown. That's how they do it. The only thing I didn't like, Cena was being too hokey with his facial reactions to LA Knight signing.
Oh, yeah, but, well, it's John's face. He's got an element of hope to that face anymore.
I didn't expect that to be your explanation.
Well, no, think about it. When he was young and he didn't have any wrinkles and he didn't have the bald spot and he had that strong chin, he looked like a goddamn genetic experiment. But now that he's lost a little bit of weight because he can't stay jacked up, constantly and in Hollywood, and he's lost a little bit of hair and he's got a couple of wrinkles. Now he's looking a little bit more like Jim Varney. So you got to go with that and do the Ernest Goes to Camp face.
All right, well, a bizarre defense of John Cena's faces there, comparing him to Jim Varney.
There's a bit of hope there now, but Mother Nature put it there, so he's just got to go with it. But he was putting LA Knight over, and how shocked he was that this had happened, especially since just 7 days ago, LA Knight was sent home with COVID when it was supposed to happen.
Again, I thought it was a good segment. I just thought Cena's silly faces were too much, but I didn't think of the fact that he now looks like Jim Varney, so that excuses it.
That explains it perfectly, doesn't it?
It does, I guess. Ernest Goes to Smackdown.
Yeah, Ernest Goes to Smackdown. Co-starring LA Knight. That's a big budget production a studio's going to be putting out. It's going to be a Mammoth Pictures. Jed Clampett recently sold that fucking studio. I'll have you know.
That pop that LA and I got coming out there, man, I mean, we knew people were getting into him, but they got completely behind him now.
Well, and also because, again, after either the boredom or the quick matches or the constant blathering that they've heard, that I'm talking about the audience in the arena that night, they get the biggest star on the card. They get him to lay out the deal. It's moving. It's not dragging. He lays out the deal. The heels come out to create fucking jeopardy. And just when it looks bad for goddamn John Cena, here comes the second most popular fucking guy on the roster to make the save. They couldn't have done it any better. And that was a way to send the people home, and they might think, wow, I'd go back and see that again instead of, God damn, how long were we there? Right?
Well, that was WWE Smackdown. Yeah,
Did you just hang up on me? Hello?
I hit my mouse.
Oh.
I hit my mouse mid-sentence. I moved my hand like on a waving motion. So that's Smackdown, and I smacked my mouse. But that was Smackdown, and this is your show.
Well, why are you being cruel to your pets over there? Smacking your mouse.